The chamber is open and full of whispers.
Rain falls on a quiet suburban street, modest houses, trimmed hedges, street lamps flickering, peaceful. Then darkness. Shapes materialize from nowhere. Crack, crack, crack. Death Eaters. 20 of them, skull masks gleaming in the rain, dark robes billowing, wands raised. The leader signals, attack. Fire erupts. Green flashes, screams shatter the night. Windows explode. Doors blast inward. Families flee into the streets. Some make it, some don't. One Death Eater stands apart, taller than the others. Aristocratic bearing even through the mask. Long blonde hair visible beneath the hood. Lucius Malfoy, he walks toward a house at the end of the row. Number 47, the target. Intelligence reports indicated a wizard married a Muggle, lives here, works as a teacher, betrayed his heritage, must be eliminated. Lucius raises his wand, bombarda, the door explodes. He enters. Inside number 47, the Granger house, smoke fills the hallway. Lucius moves silently. Wand ready, living room empty, kitchen abandoned. Upstairs, he climbs, each step deliberate, reaches the landing, 2 doors, one open, one closed. The open door, master bedroom, bodies, a man and woman, dead. Not from curses, from magical feedback. The walls are scorched black, scorch patterns radiating outward from the nursery. Lucius's eyes narrow. He approaches the closed door, pushes it open slowly. The nursery, a crib, pink wallpaper with cartoon rabbits, stuffed animals scattered, and in the center, an infant, perhaps 6 months old, crying, surrounded by a faint shimmer, magic, wild, uncontrolled, primal. Lucius steps closer, casts Revelio. The spell illuminates the room. The magical signature pulsing from this child is immense. Not the flickering spark of a normal infant. This is power. Raw, untamed, extraordinary. Lucius kneels beside the crib, studies the child, brown eyes, brown hair. Unremarkable features, except for the magic. He reaches out. The infant grasps his finger. The moment their skin touches, a surge. Magic recognizing magic. Lucius pulls his hand back, stares at the child. For the first time in years, Lucius Malfoy makes a decision based not on ideology, but on ambition. He wraps the infant in his cloak. Disapparates. The house is silent. The bodies remain. The nursery empty, as if the child never existed. September 19th, 1979, 11:58 p.m. Malfoy Manor, the ritual chamber, deep beneath the manor, a room carved from black stone. Circular, 30 feet across. Runes cover every surface. Awaz. Inheritance, Othala, ancestry, algaes, protection, ancient, powerful, forbidden. In the center, a stone altar, unmarked, simple, but radiating magic. Narcissa Malfoy waits. She wears ritual robes, white silk, silver embroidery. Her blonde hair is unbound. Face pale, beautiful, anxious. She hears footsteps. Lucius descends the stairs, carrying something wrapped in his cloak. Narcissa speaks. Her voice echoes. "You found the blood traitor?" Lucius doesn't answer immediately, just unwraps the bundle, reveals the infant. Narcissa's eyes widen. "Lucius, that is a child. I'm aware. A Muggle child? No. A witch. The most powerful I've ever sensed." He places the infant on the altar. The child stops crying, looks up at the glowing runes. Fascinated, Narcissa approaches. Hesitant. "What are you proposing?" Lucius turns to face his wife. "The blood adoption ritual. We claim this child as our own. Make her Malfoy legally, magically, biologically. A mudblood? Lucius, have you lost your mind? The Dark Lord wants power. This child is power. We can shape her, mold her, make her the greatest weapon our family has ever possessed." Narcissa looks at the infant. The child reaches toward her, tiny fingers grasping at air. Narcissa extends her hand. The infant touches her palm, and Narcissa feels it. The magic, pure, overwhelming, beautiful, but also need. This child is alone, terrified, desperate for protection. For love, Narcissa's expression softens. If we do this, she meets Lucius's eyes. "She is mine, not a tool, Not a weapon. She is my daughter. Lucius considers, then nods. Agreed. But she will be extraordinary. That is not negotiable. She already is. The ritual begins. Lucius retrieves an ancient chalice. Silver, engraved with the Malfoy crest, a serpent coiled around a staff. He places it on the altar beside the infant, draws his wand. Narcissa does the same. They stand on opposite sides of the altar. Lucius speaks first. Latin, Old Latin, the language of binding magic. Per sanguinem et animum, vinculo et aeterno. By blood and soul, eternal bond. He slices his palm. Blood drips into the chalice. Narcissa repeats the words. Per sanguinem et animam, vinculo et aeterno. The chalice begins to glow. White light, pulsing. Lucius continues. Ego, Lucius Abraxas Malfoy, clamo hanc infantem ut meum, caro de carne mea, sanguis de sanguine meo, heredum nomino. I, Lucius Abraxas Malfoy, claim this infant as mine, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. I name her heir. Narcissa's turn. Ego Narcissa Druella Malfoy, clamo hand infantem ut meum, animum de animum mea, cor de meo, filium nomino. I, Narcissa Druella Malfoy, claim this infant as mine, soul of my soul, heart of my heart. I name her daughter. The runes on the walls flare to life, bright, blinding. The chalice levitates, tilts toward the infant's mouth. A single drop of the mixed blood touches her lips. The child's eyes snap open, wide, aware. Magic erupts. Silver light explodes outward, fills the chamber. The runes burn brighter, brighter, then silence. The light fades, the infant lies still, breathing steadily, changed. Lucius and Narcissa approach. Look down at the child. Her hair is already different, darker, chestnut brown with streaks of silver blonde. Her eyes, still brown but flecked with gray. Narcissa lifts her, cradles her gently, whispers, "Welcome home, Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy." The child doesn't cry, just watches. Intelligent eyes, as if she understands. Lucius places his hand on the infant's head. She will be extraordinary. Narcissa smiles, small. Genuine, she already is. 9 months have passed. Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy is now 15 months old. Walking, talking in simple words. Advanced for her age, the nursery is lavish. Silver cradle, silk curtains. Enchanted mobile spinning overhead. Narcissa sits in a rocking chair, holding a newborn, Draco Lucius Malfoy, born this morning, blonde hair, gray eyes, small, fragile. Narcissa looks exhausted, but content. Lucius enters, looks at his son. Pride flickers across his face. An heir, finally. You have an heir already. She gestures to Hermione. The toddler sits in the corner, playing with blocks, stacking them with unnatural precision, creating a perfect pyramid. Lucius watches. Hermione is exceptional, but Draco is my son, my blood. Narcissa's eyes narrow. The ritual made Hermione your blood. You swore it. I know what I swore. Father, what is his name? Lucius turns, surprised. Draco, your brother. Walks over. Small steps but steady. She looks at the baby, studies him. He's small. Narcissa laughs softly. You were small once too. Will he be strong? Lucius kneels beside Hermione, meets her eyes. He will be a Malfoy. Strength is our birthright. Hermione nods, reaches out, touches Draco's tiny hand. The baby grasps her finger. Hermione smiles, small, genuine. Then I will protect him. October 31st, 1981, Malfoy Manor, drawing room. Hermione is 2 years old. Draco is 16 months. They play on the floor, supervised by Narcissa. Suddenly, commotion. The fireplace erupts with green flames. A wizard stumbles through. Death Eater, panicked. The Dark Lord has fallen. Lucius, seated nearby, rises. What? Potter, the child. The curse rebounded. The Dark Lord is gone. Silence. Narcissa pulls the children close. Lucius's face goes blank. Calculating. Gone. Not dead. But his followers are scattering. The ministry is raiding homes, arresting anyone suspected. Pulls out documents. I was imperused. I have witnesses. I have bribes in place. He burns certain papers in the fireplace. Dark artifacts vanish into hidden compartments. Narcissa. Take the children. Go to the safe room. Narcissa doesn't argue, gathers Hermione and Draco. Hermione watches her father. What's happening? A war just ended, and we must ensure we survive what comes next. Will we? Lucius touches her cheek. You will. I promise you that. January 1983. Malfoy Manor. The library. Hermione is 3 years old. Draco is 2.5. Narcissa has hired tutors. The first lesson, languages. Madame Beaumont, French tutor, strict, elegant. She sits across from Hermione. Reptez après moi. Bonjour, Hermione repeats perfectly. Bonjour. Très bien. Comment vous appelez-vous? Hermione thinks, then responds. Je m'appelle Hermione Malfoy. Madame Beaumont's eyebrows raise. Excellent pronunciation for one so young. Draco, sitting beside Hermione, tries. Bonjour. Madame Beaumont corrects him. Bonjour, the R is softer. Draco tries again, fails. Gets frustrated, Hermione reaches over, takes his hand. Like this, Draco. Bonjour. She demonstrates. Draco imitates. Better. Madame Beaumont nods. Good. Continue practicing. Hermione and Draco walk through the manor. Draco speaks quietly. You're better than me. Hermione stops. We're learning together. Mother says so, Hermione kneels. Eye level with her brother. Then I'll help you. Always. Draco looks at her. Doesn't respond, but the seed is planted. Jealousy, small, but growing. September 1984. Malfoy Manor, first accidental magic. Hermione is 5 years old. Advanced lessons have begun. Professor Yaxley, retired Legilemons, hired to teach occlumency. He sits across from Hermione in the study, wand pointed at her forehead. Close your eyes, Miss Malfoy. Clear your mind. Hermione obeys. Imagine your thoughts as books on a shelf, each memory filed away, organized, controlled. The library, shelves stretching infinitely, each book labeled, first words, first steps, mother's smile, father's lessons. All categorized, Professor Yaxley casts. Legilemens, he enters her mind, sees the library, tries to pull a memory. A shelf slides shut, blocked. He tries another approach. Another block. Hermione's mental shields are instinctive, strong. Professor Yaxley withdraws. Stares at the 5-year-old. Remarkable. Most adults struggle to maintain even basic shields. You organized your entire consciousness. Hermione opens her eyes. Was that correct? More than correct. Extraordinary. He stands. Approaches Lucius, who has been observing. Mr. Malfoy, your daughter is a natural occlumens. I've never seen anything like this. Lucius smiles. Cold, satisfied. Continue the lessons. I want her shields impenetrable by age 10. June 1986, Malfoy Manor. The house elf incident. Hermione is 7 years old. The library has become her sanctuary. She reads constantly. Today, a book on advanced transfiguration. A house elf named Misty brings tea, places the tray on a side table, trembling. The elf is young, nervous. Misty's hand slips, the tray tilts. A crystal orb rolls off. An ancient Malfoy heirloom contains captured memories of ancestors. Irreplaceable. The orb falls. Crash. Shatters into hundreds of pieces. The memories, silvery wisps, begin to dissipate. Misty screams. Misty is sorry. Misty is so sorry. Lucius enters, sees the destruction. His face goes cold. What have you done? Misty is bad elf. She raises her hand to strike her head against the floor. Hermione moves, faster than thought, throws herself between the elf and the ground. No. Faces the shattered orb, her small face set with determination. I can fix it. Hermione, that requires. She doesn't listen. Raises her hand. No wand. 7 years old. Shouldn't be able to cast, but the magic inside her responds. She visualizes the spell. Reverse entropy, reassemble, restore reparo at the deepest level. The shattered pieces begin to glow. Levitate, one by one they fly back together, fusing, melding, perfecting. The memories flow back inside. Sealed. The orb is whole, pristine, better than before. Hermione catches it, hands it to her father, then collapses, exhausted. Lucius catches her, stares at the orb, then at his daughter. Merlin's beard. He dismisses Misty, spares the elf punishment, carries Hermione to her room, lays her in bed. She's already asleep. Magic exhaustion. He touches her forehead gently, whispers, "You will be extraordinary, Hermione. Never let anyone, wizard, muggle, or beast, make you forget that." Hermione is 7 years old, 2 months after the house elf incident. She's exploring the library again. She's read most of the accessible sections, hungry for more. Today she's looking for a specific book, Advanced Rune Sequences by Batilda Bagshot. She searches the shelves, runs her fingers along the spines, climbs the rolling ladder to the upper levels, reaches for a book. Her hand slips. She falls, catches herself on a shelf, but cuts her palm on a broken piece of decorative crystal. Blood drips. Onto the shelf below, the wood grain, and then reaction. The shelf begins to glow. Runes appear, carved into the wood itself. Hermione has never seen these before. They were invisible, hidden by blood wards. The shelf slides aside, reveals a hidden alcove, 10 feet deep, lined with books. Dark leather bindings, no titles on the spines, just symbols. Hermione climbs down, approaches cautiously, pulls out the first book, opens it, handwritten text. The title page reads, "Secrets of the Darkest Art." A treatise on horcruxes and the preservation of the soul by Herpo the Foul. Hermione's eyes widen. She knows this name from her studies. Herpo the Foul, ancient Greek dark wizard, creator of the first horcrux. She should close the book, should tell her father, should leave. Instead, she sits, cross-legged on the floor, and begins to read. Hours later, Hermione is still reading, absorbed completely. The text describes soul-splitting, the creation of immortality through murder, the anchoring of soul fragments to objects. It's horrifying, fascinating, intellectually brilliant, and morally monstrous. She understands every word. Her advanced education has prepared her. A voice behind her, quite the reading material for a 7-year-old. Hermione jumps, turns. Lucius stands in the library entrance. She expects anger, punishment. Instead, he walks over, sits beside her, looks at the book. Ah, Herpo, a classic. Hermione's voice is small. "I'm sorry, I found the alcove by accident. I didn't mean to." "You didn't mean to discover a section of the library protected by blood wards that only recognize Malfoy lineage? The very fact that the wards parted for you proves the ritual worked perfectly." He takes the book, flips through pages. "Do you understand what you're reading?" "Yes, truly?" "A horcrux is created by splitting one's soul through murder. The fragment is then anchored to an object. As long as the object exists, the person cannot die. But the soul damage is catastrophic. The creator becomes less human with each split." Impressed. Most adult wizards couldn't summarize it so clearly. Is this what the Dark Lord did? That's why he didn't die when the curse rebounded. He had anchors. Precisely. But why are these books here? Why teach me this? Lucius closes the book, sets it aside, looks at his daughter directly. "Knowledge is never evil, Hermione. Only the application can be. I don't want you to create horcruxes. I want you to understand them, so that if you ever face an enemy who has made one, you'll know how to destroy them." Destroy them? Fiend fire. A handful of other methods. Hermione nods slowly. "You want me to be prepared. I want you to be unstoppable." He stands, offers his hand. "Come, it's late. We'll continue your education tomorrow." Hermione takes his hand, stands, but looks back at the hidden alcove. "May I return to read more?" Lucius considers. "Every Saturday. 2 hours, I will supervise. We will discuss what you learn." "Thank you, Father." "Don't thank me yet. This knowledge comes with a price. Once you understand the depths of magic, both light and dark, you can never unknow it. You'll see the world differently, more clearly, but also more cruelly." Hermione meets his eyes. "I'm ready." Lucius smiles. Small, proud. "I know you are." The Saturday morning, Lucius and Hermione spend 2 hours in the library, in the hidden alcove, reading, discussing, analyzing. Topics include dark arts theory, blood magic, curse construction, soul manipulation, necromancy, the theoretical, legilimency, advanced techniques, unforgivable curses, mechanics not practice. Hermione doesn't cast these spells. She's too young, but she understands them. Every principle, every consequence. By age 9, she's read more restricted texts than most 7th-year students. By age 10, she can counter dark curses through pure theoretical knowledge. Lucius teaches her, magic is a tool, neither good nor evil. What matters is the wizard who wields it. Hermione absorbs everything, becomes colder, more analytical. Her childhood innocence doesn't vanish, it transforms into something sharper, more dangerous. King's Cross Station, platform between 9 and 10. The barrier shimmers, families pour through, trunks, owls, cats, toads, chaos, then silence. A ripple of awareness, heads turn. The Malfoy family has arrived. Lucius walks first. Snake-headed cane, impeccable robes. Every inch the aristocrat. Narcissa beside him, elegant, poised, beautiful. And between them, Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy, 11 years old. She wears custom-tailored robes, silver and green, Malfoy colors but elevated, embroidered with silver thread. Subtle, expensive, perfect. Her hair is pulled back, not severe, regal, chestnut with silver blonde highlights catching the light. Her posture is flawless, chin up, shoulders back. She looks like royalty. Draco walks behind. 10 years old. Won't attend Hogwarts until next year. He looks at his sister with mixed emotions, pride, jealousy, resentment, love. All warring, the platform parts. People step aside. Let the Malfoys pass. They approach the Hogwarts Express. A porter hurries over. Miss Malfoy, allow me to assist with your trunk. Hermione's voice is calm, clear, cultured accent. Thank you. The hat will see your worth, your cunning, your ambition. I know. Narcissa kneels. Eye level with her daughter. Make us proud, my star. Hermione's expression softens, just slightly. Always, mother. They embrace. Brief, appropriate for public, but genuine. Hermione boards the train. Turns, waves once. Lucius and Narcissa watch. Draco stands between them, silent. As the train pulls away, Draco speaks. Quiet. She'll be the best in her year. She'll be the best in the school. The Hogwarts Express. Compartment search. Hermione walks through the train, looking for an empty compartment. Students stare. Whisper, that's Hermione Malfoy. Lucius's daughter? I heard she can cast nonverbal spells already. Rubbish. She's 11. Hermione ignores them. Finds a compartment near the back, empty. She enters, levitates her bag onto the rack, wandlessly sits by the window, pulls out a book, A History of Magic by Bathilda Bagshot, begins reading. Minutes pass. The compartment door slides open. A boy stands there, dark messy hair, round glasses, lightning bolt scar, green eyes. He looks uncertain. Mind if I sit? Everywhere else is full. Hermione looks up, recognizes him instantly. Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Her family's what? Enemy? Not quite. Complicated. She studies him, evaluates, decides, I don't believe we've been introduced. I'm Hermione Malfoy. As in one of the most powerful families in Britain, yes. Pause. You may sit, Potter. I don't bite. Harry sits, cautious, across from her. They regard each other. Silence. Not comfortable, but not hostile. Then Hermione gestures to the empty seat beside her. You're welcome to sit closer. I won't curse you. Harry relaxes, slightly. Sits beside her instead of across. How did you know my name? Everyone knows your name. The boy who lived. I hate that title. Understandable. You were an infant. You didn't choose to survive. Harry blinks. Most people either worship him or fear him. She's analytical. What are you reading? Hermione shows him the cover. A History of Magic, Advanced Overview of Wizarding Society. I've read most of the Hogwarts curriculum already. Most of it? Father hired tutors. I've been studying since I was 3. Harry stares. 3? Have you ever felt? Strange around it? Pain, visions, unusual sensations? Harry's eyes widen. How did you? Yes. Sometimes it hurts. Burns. Mostly when I'm near, I don't know. Certain people? Hermione's mind races. She's read about soul anchors, tethers, horcruxes. If Voldemort's killing curse rebounded, if a fragment of soul latched onto Harry, this is important, critical. Potter, this may sound strange. But I need you to trust me. Why would I trust you? Your family, but I'm not my father. And right now, I'm the only person on this train who might understand what's happening to you. Harry studies her, sees something in her eyes. Intelligence, yes, but also genuine concern. What do you think is wrong with me? I don't know yet, but I intend to find out. The compartment door slams open. Draco Malfoy stands there, flanked by two large boys, Crabbe and Goyle. Hermione, Mother said you'd be... He sees Harry, stops. Potter? What are you doing with my sister? Harry tenses. Hermione's voice is ice. Draco, what have I told you about barging in without knocking? Draco flushes. Sorry for interrupting. Hermione nods. Better. Now leave us. I'll find you later. Wants to argue, but Hermione's gaze is firm. He leaves. Slams the door. Hermione sighs. My apologies. My brother has. Enthusiasm. That's one word for it. He'll be at Hogwarts next year. I suggest you stay out of his way. He's competitive. And you're not? Hermione's smile is small, sharp. I don't compete, Potter. I dominate. The Great Hall, the sorting. The first years line up. Hermione stands among them. Taller than most. Composed, Professor McGonagall reads names. Abbott, Hannah, Hufflepuff, Boot, Terry, Ravenclaw, Granger, Hermione. Wait, McGonagall pauses, checks her list again, frowns, looks at Hermione, Miss Malfoy. Hermione steps forward. The records show Granger, but I am Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy. McGonagall's lips thin. She makes a notation. Malfoy, Hermione. The Great Hall falls silent. Every head turns. Hermione walks to the stool. Head high, sits. The sorting hat is placed on her head. Inside Hermione's mind, the hat speaks. Not aloud, in her thoughts. Well, 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 what have we here? Hermione doesn't respond, just waits. A mind like a fortress. Organized, disciplined, occlumency at 11 years old. Impressive. But let's see what's beneath those shields, shall we? The hat probes, gently. Hermione allows it, shows what she chooses. Ah, cunning, ambition, a thirst to prove yourself. Slytherin would suit you well. Pause. But there's more. Courage. Not reckless, but deep. You would protect those you love at any cost. And loyalty, fierce loyalty to those you deem worthy. You could thrive in Gryffindor. Hermione's internal voice is firm. I am a Malfoy. I belong in Slytherin. What you believe and what you are may not be the same, child. I have made my choice. Very well. But remember, the hat offers advice. You need not be bound by family legacy. I choose my legacy, Slytherin. The hat sighs. So be it. Aloud, Slytherin. The Slytherin table erupts. Applause. Cheers. Hermione removes the hat, walks to the table, sits beside an empty seat, watching, waiting for Potter's name. Several sortings later, Potter, Harry. The hall erupts again. Whispers. Excitement. Harry walks to the stool. Looks nervous. The hat is placed. Hermione watches intently. The hat deliberates. Long time, almost a full minute. Then, Gryffindor table explodes. Hermione's expression doesn't change. But inside, disappointment. Small, unexpected. She wanted him in Slytherin. Wanted to understand him better. Their eyes meet across the hall. Harry looks apologetic. Hermione nods once. Acknowledgement. The sorting continues, but Hermione's mind is elsewhere, already planning how to maintain contact with Harry Potter, how to investigate his scar, how to navigate Hogwarts as a Malfoy in Slytherin, and how to become exactly what her father expects. Extraordinary. Sorting continued. More names. Longbottom Neville. Gryffindor, the boy who lost his toad. Hermione watches him stumble to the Gryffindor table. Clumsy, nervous. Not a threat. Parkinson, pansy. She practically runs to the Slytherin table, sits near Hermione, leans in immediately. You're Hermione Malfoy. I've heard so much about you. My family knows yours. Hermione nods politely. Cool, distant. I'm aware. Is it true you can cast nonverbal spells already? I've been trained in advanced magic, yes. Pansy's eyes widen. That's amazing. We should be friends. Hermione evaluates. Pansy is eager, sycophantic, desperate for status, potentially useful as a follower. Not an equal. I'm sure we'll get along. Pansy beams. Takes this as acceptance. More students sorted. Thomas, Dean, Gryffindor, Weasley, Ronald. Hermione's attention sharpens. A Weasley, the red-haired boy from the train platform. Tall, gangly, hand-me-down robes. The hat barely touches his head. Gryffindor? Of course. Blood traders always go to Gryffindor. Ron joins Harry at the table. They're already talking, laughing. Hermione notes this. Harry Potter has chosen his friends quickly. A Weasley. Poor judgment, but understandable. Harry knows nothing about wizarding society. Doesn't understand the implications. Zabini, Blaze. Slytherin, a dark-skinned boy, handsome, composed. He sits across from Hermione. Nods respectfully. Doesn't try to engage in conversation. Hermione approves. The sorting ends. Dumbledore stands. Dumbledore's speech, the headmaster is ancient. Long silver beard, half-moon spectacles, twinkling eyes. Hermione has read about him. Defeated Grindelwald. Supreme Mugwump. Chief Warlock, the most powerful wizard alive. Possibly. Welcome to another year at Hogwarts. Before we begin the feast, I have a few announcements. He speaks about the Forbidden Forest. Forbidden, naturally. About Filch's list of banned items, now 437 items long. About Quidditch tryouts, Hermione listens with half attention, more interested in observing. The staff table. Professor McGonagall. Transfiguration. Professor Snape. Potions. Head of Slytherin House. He's watching the Slytherin table. His eyes linger on Hermione. Recognition. He knew her father, served with him. Then Snape's gaze shifts to Harry. His expression darkens. Hatred. Unmistakable. Interesting. Professor Quirrell. Defense against the dark arts. The man from Diagon Alley. He wears a ridiculous purple turban, stutters when Dumbledore introduces him. Hermione studies him intently. His magical signature feels wrong. Layered. As if two sources instead of one. This is the man making Harry's scar hurt. She's certain now. Dumbledore finishes. Let the feast begin. Food appears. Mountains of it. Roast beef, chicken, pork chops, potatoes in every form. Vegetables, bread, desserts. Hermione serves herself. Moderate portions. Perfect table manners, the other Slytherins notice. Whisper, she eats like royalty. Well, she basically is. Malfoy's daughter, trained since birth. Hermione ignores them, focuses on the meal and on planning. Tomorrow, classes begin. She'll excel. Obviously, but also, investigate Quirrell. Approach Harry subtly. Establish herself as Slytherin's academic leader. And write to her parents. They'll want a full report. Slytherin common room after feast. The prefects lead first years to the dungeons. Down, 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 stone corridors, torches, cold air. They reach a bare stone wall. The prefect, a seventh year named Gemma Farley, speaks. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. The password changes monthly. Current password. Pure blood. The wall slides open. Reveals the common room. Low ceilings, green-tinted light filtering through windows looking into the black lake. Occasional giant squid tentacle drifts past. Leather sofas, silver fixtures, a fireplace with emerald flames, tapestries depicting Salazar Slytherin's achievements. Dark, elegant, exclusive, Hermione steps inside, takes it all in. This will be her domain. Older students are already here. They turn, stare. A seventh-year boy approaches, tall, square jaw, Quidditch captain badge, Marcus Flint, Miss Malfoy. He offers his hand. Hermione takes it. He kisses her knuckles. Old-fashioned courtesy. Pure blood tradition. Welcome to Slytherin. I'm Marcus Flint, Quidditch captain. Our families do business together. A pleasure, Marcus. If you need anything, guidance, protection, anything at all, find me. Thank you. He nods, returns to his friends. But the message is clear. Hermione Malfoy is under the protection of the older Slytherins. Anyone who bothers her will answer to them. Pansy appears at Hermione's elbow. Come on, let's explore. Hermione allows herself to be guided. Through the common room, past study tables, a small library alcove, doors leading to dormitories. First-year girls are this way. First-year girls' dormitory. 4 poster beds, green and silver hangings. 5 beds total. Hermione's trunk is already here. Placed at the foot of the bed by the window, the other first-year girls are unpacking. Millicent Bulstrode, large, athletic-looking. Daphne Greengrass, blonde, elegant, reserved. Pansy Parkinson, still chattering. Tracy Davis, quiet, brown hair. Observant, Pansy immediately claims the bed next to Hermione's. We'll be best friends. I just know it. Hermione doesn't confirm or deny, just begins unpacking, methodically, clothes in the wardrobe, organized by type and color, books on the nightstand, stacked by subject, personal items arranged precisely. A silver-framed photo of her parents, quill and ink set, parchment, everything in its place. Daphne watches, approaches. Her voice is cultured, similar accent to Hermione's. Daphne Greengrass, our families are acquainted. Hermione looks up, evaluates. Daphne is intelligent, poised, not grasping for attention like Pansy. Worthy of respect, I know. Your father sits on the Wizengamot with mine. He does. Perhaps we could study together. I hear you're quite advanced. Hermione considers, nods. I'd like that. Daphne smiles. Small, genuine, an alliance begins. Tracy speaks from her bed. Quiet voice. Is it true you can do wandless magic? All eyes turn to Hermione. She could deny it. Be modest. But why? Yes. She demonstrates. Raises her hand. Her trunk's lid levitates. Opens. A book floats out, lands gently in her hand. The trunk closes. Settles. All without a wand. The girls stare. Millicent's voice is gruff. Blimey, my father hired tutors in wandless magic. Among other things, the message is clear. Hermione Malfoy is not their equal. She's their superior, and they should remember it. Night, Hermione's bed. Hermione lies awake. The other girls are asleep. Pansy snores slightly. Hermione stares at the ceiling, thinking. Today, sorted into Slytherin. Expected. Correct, but Harry Potter went to Gryffindor. Unexpected complication. She needs to maintain contact, investigate his scar, understand the soul magic connection. But how? Slytherins and Gryffindors are natural enemies. The rivalry is ancient, vicious. She'll need to be subtle, strategic, and she needs to investigate Quirrell, the turban, the layered magical signature. Something is hidden there, possibly Voldemort himself. If the Dark Lord is possessing Quirrell, if he's after something at Hogwarts, Hermione needs to know. Knowledge is power, and power is everything. She closes her eyes. Sleep comes. Deep, dreamless. Tomorrow, her Hogwarts education truly begins. September 2nd, 1991. Morning, Slytherin dormitory. Hermione wakes at 6 a.m. Exactly. Internal clock. Trained since childhood, the other girls are still sleeping. She dresses quietly, school robes, perfectly pressed, silver and green tie. Slytherin crest, hair brushed, pulled back, elegant, controlled. She leaves the dormitory, enters the common room. Empty. Most students sleep until 7 a.m. Hermione sits by the fireplace, opens a book. A History of Magic by Bathilda Bagshot, begins reading. An hour passes. Other students begin emerging. Older years. Prefects. They nod to Hermione. Respectful. By 7:30 a.m., the common room is bustling. Daphne appears, perfectly dressed, composed. Good morning, Hermione. Good morning. Yes. They walk through the dungeons. Up to the Great Hall. Great Hall breakfast. The Slytherin table is filling. Hermione and Daphne sit together. Hermione serves herself. Toast, eggs, juice. Proper portions. Daphne does the same. They eat in comfortable silence. Hermione scans the hall, the Gryffindor table. Harry sits with Ron Weasley. Ron is loading his plate. Mountains of food, talking with his mouth full. Harry looks uncomfortable. Their eyes meet. Harry waves, small, uncertain. Hermione nods, acknowledges. Daphne notices. You know Harry Potter? We spoke on the train. That's unusual. For a Malfoy, worth understanding. Father says association with Potter could be politically complicated. That's why he's interesting. Daphne considers. Be careful, the other Slytherins might not understand. I don't require their understanding, only their deference. Eventually, Professor Snape approaches the Slytherin table, distributes schedules, hands Hermione hers. Their eyes meet. Snape's expression is unreadable. Miss Malfoy. Welcome to Slytherin House. I expect great things. You won't be disappointed, Professor. We'll see. He moves on. Hermione examines her schedule. First class, Transfiguration with Gryffindor, 9 a.m. Then, Charms, Potions, History of Magic, a full day, perfect September 2nd, 1991. Transfiguration class, 9 a.m. Hermione enters the classroom. Sits front row, besides Daphne Greengrass. Other students file in, mixed Slytherins and Gryffindors. Harry enters with Ron Weasley. They sit near the back. Ron is loud, complaining about the walk. Harry looks embarrassed. Professor McGonagall stands at the front, stern, imposing, Scottish accent. She addresses the class. Transfiguration is some of the most complex and dangerous magic you will learn at Hogwarts. Anyone messing around in my class will leave and not come back. Then back to a desk. Students gasp. Hermione doesn't. She's read about this transformation, studied the theory, molecular restructuring, living to non-living, reversible, advanced but comprehensible. McGonagall continues. Now, take out your wands. Today we'll attempt matches into needles. She demonstrates. A perfect silver needle appears. The incantation is not necessary for those skilled enough, but for beginners. Mutatio Acus. Visualizes the transformation, wood to metal, cellulose to iron, molecular bonds breaking and reforming. She casts. Non-verbal. The match becomes a needle. Perfect. Sharp. Flawless. McGonagall stops mid-sentence, walks over, picks up the needle, examines it under her monocle. Miss Malfoy, did you just perform nonverbal transfiguration? Yes, Professor. That is NEWT level work. I've been studying advanced transfiguration since I was 8. McGonagall's expression is unreadable, impressed but wary. 5 points to Slytherin for exceptional spell work. She sets the needle down, returns to the front. The rest of you attempt the transformation with the incantation. Matches remain matches. A few turn gray. One bursts into flame. Ron Weasley's. McGonagall extinguishes it with a wave. Mr. Weasley, focus on the visualization, not just the words. Ron mutters something. Tries again. Fails again. Hermione glances back, catches Harry's eye. He's staring at her needle, then at his unchanged match. Frustrated. She could help, but not here. Not publicly. Later. September 2nd, 1991. Library, 7 p.m. Hermione sits at a table, surrounded by books, fantastic beasts, and where to find them. A history of magic. 1,000 magical herbs and fungi. She's reading ahead, absorbing information, cataloging it. Footsteps approach. Harry Potter. Alone this time. No Ron. May I sit? Hermione gestures to the empty chair. Please. Harry sits. Looks uncomfortable. I wanted to thank you for the warning about Quirrell. Have you avoided him? Mostly. It's hard. He's my professor. Be cautious in his class. Don't volunteer information. I won't. Pause. Harry looks at the books. You're already studying ahead? I prefer to be prepared. Right. Another pause. Then, I need help. With transfiguration, I can't get the match to change at all. Hermione considers. She could refuse. Maintain distance. But the soul resonance, when Harry is near, her mental shields want to lower. Her magic responds to his. This is worth investigating. Show me your wand movement. Harry demonstrates. Flicks his wrist. Too much force. Not enough precision. You're treating it like a weapon. Transfiguration requires finesse. Hermione takes his hand, guides the movement. Slower. Controlled. The moment their skin touches, the spark. Magic recognizing magic. Both of them feel it. Harry pulls back slightly. What is that? I don't know, but I intend to find out. Hermione opens one of her books, Advanced Magical Theory by Adelbert Waffling, flips to a chapter on magical resonance. When two powerful magical cores are compatible, they can resonate, amplify each other. Is that common? Married couples who've practiced magic together for decades. But we just met. Precisely, which suggests something else is at play. Harry's hand goes to his scar. The dark magic in my scar. Possibly, or something older. Peverell magic, perhaps. Peverell? The Deathly Hallows legend. You're descended from the Peverells through your father. So am I through the Malfoy line via the Blacks. You think we're related. Distantly. Very distantly. But magical bloodlines can create connections. Hermione closes the book. For now, focus on transfiguration. Visualization is key. Picture the needle in your mind before you cast. Harry nods. Practices the wand movement again. Slower. Better. Like that? Exactly. October 31st, 1991. Halloween feast. The Troll. The Great Hall is decorated. Live bats. Floating pumpkins. The Halloween feast. Hermione sits with the Slytherins, eating sparingly. Listening to conversations. Gathering information. She's learned this skill from her father. Knowledge is power. Suddenly, commotion. Professor Quirrell bursts through the doors. Troll! In the dungeons, he collapses. Dramatic. Theatrical. The hall erupts in chaos. Students screaming. Dumbledore stands. Silence. A troll in the dungeons. The Slytherin common room is in the dungeons. This doesn't make sense. Why would Quirrell announce it, then faint? Unless, diversion, she scans the staff table. Professor Snape is missing. Left before Quirrell's announcement. Something is wrong. Hermione slips away from the Slytherin group, uses the chaos, blends into the Hufflepuff students, then breaks away entirely. She needs to investigate. Third floor corridor, forbidden. Hermione moves silently, wand drawn, following her instincts. She reaches the third floor. The corridor Dumbledore declared off limits. Why forbid a corridor? What's being protected? She hears voices. Male, angry. Around the corner, Hermione casts a charm. Nonverbal, obscuro auditio, enhances hearing. Professor Snape's voice. Don't know what you're playing at, Quirrell, but the stone is perfectly safe. Quirrell stuttering. I was merely concerned, Severus. Your concern is noted. And unwelcome. Stay away from the third floor. Footsteps. Snape is leaving. Hermione presses against the wall. He passes without seeing her. Occlumency training includes stealth. When Snape is gone, Hermione approaches the forbidden corridor. Finds a locked door, a la Homora. It opens. She enters. Inside, Fluffy's chamber. Darkness. Then, growling, Hermione casts Lumos. Her wand illuminates a three-headed dog, massive, each head the size of a barrel, teeth like daggers. Sleeping, music plays from a corner. A harp, enchanted. The dog is asleep because of the music. Hermione notices what the dog is standing on. A trapdoor, guarding something. The stone. Professor Snape said the stone is perfectly safe. Hermione knows this reference from her readings. The Philosopher's Stone, created by Nicholas Flamel, produces the elixir of life, grants immortality. This is what's hidden at Hogwarts. And someone, Quirrell, is trying to steal it. She backs out slowly, closes the door, returns to the Slytherin dormitory. Mind racing. Planning. November 1991. Secret meetings. Hermione begins meeting Harry secretly. In the library. After hours. Using the restricted section. She teaches him transfiguration techniques, defense strategies, magical theory. In exchange, Harry tells her about his scar. The visions, the pain, his connection to Voldemort. Hermione researches, reads everything she can about horcruxes, soul magic, dark tethers. She's almost certain now Harry carries a piece of Voldemort's soul. Accidental horcrux, created when the killing curse rebounded. But she doesn't tell him yet, not until she's sure, not until she knows how to remove it without killing him. December 1991. The Philosopher's Stone plan. Hermione discovers the protections around the stone. Through research, through observation, through careful questioning of professors, there are trials. Devil's Snare, flying keys, wizard's chess, potions logic, each designed to stop an intruder. But Hermione realizes Someone will try to steal it. Quirrell. And if Quirrell gets the stone, if Voldemort returns to full power, the war begins again. Harry's parents died fighting Voldemort. Her father served him. This is complicated, but Hermione's loyalty is clear, to knowledge, to power, to Harry. In that order, she approaches Harry in the library. We need to talk about the stone. The what? The Philosopher's Stone. It's what's being protected on the 3rd floor. Harry's eyes widen. How do you know? The 3-headed dog is guarding a trapdoor. Beneath it, trials protecting the stone. Why are you telling me this? Because Professor Quirrell is going to try to steal it. And when he does, you're going to want to stop him. Why would I? Because Voldemort is possessing him. Silence. Harry stares. What? Hermione explains. The layered magical signature, the timing of Harry's scar pain, the connection. Your scar hurts around Quirrell because Voldemort is literally inside him, sharing his body. Harry's face goes pale. He's back? Not fully. Not yet. But if he gets the stone, he can create the elixir, restore his body, return to power. We have to stop him. Yes, but not alone, and not recklessly. Draws the trials from memory. These are the protections we'll need to prepare. May 1992, the trials, Hermione helps Harry train. Teaches him strategy, how to think through problems, not just react. She doesn't plan to go with him. Too obvious. A Malfoy helping Potter stop Voldemort's return? Her family would be implicated, but she provides everything he needs. Knowledge, training, tactics. When the time comes, Harry, Ron, and that Hermione Granger girl go through the trap door. Hermione Malfoy watches from the shadows, uses her occlumency to sense Harry's progress. Through the bond, she feels when he faces Quirrell, feels his terror, his determination, feels the moment Quirrell dies. Voldemort's spirit flees. The stone is saved. Harry survives. When he wakes in the hospital wing days later, Hermione visits, brings him books, sits by his bed while Ron is at lunch. You did well. The information. Thank yourself. You had the courage to act. Harry looks at her. Really looks. Why help me? Your father served Voldemort. My father made choices based on incomplete information. I have no such limitation. So you're on my side? Hermione considers. I'm on the side of knowledge, of power wielded wisely. Currently, that aligns with keeping you alive. Harry smiles. Small. Tired. I'll take it. September 1992. Hogwarts Express, 2nd year. Hermione boards the train. 2nd year. 12 years old. Taller. More composed. Even more regal. She finds a compartment. Sits. Pulls out a book. Ancient Runes Made Easy. Minutes later, Harry enters. Mind if I join you? Not at all. He sits. They fall into easy conversation. The summer, his horrible relatives. Her family's trip to France, educational, cultural, boring. Then, a commotion. The compartment door slams open. Draco Malfoy. 1st year now. Blonde hair slicked back, sneer already perfected. Hermione, mother said you'd be. He sees Harry, stops. Potter. Harry nods coldly. Malfoy. Draco's eyes narrow. What are you doing with my sister? Hermione's voice is ice. Draco, we've discussed this. I'd choose my own companions. But he's... Leave. Now. Draco glares at Harry, then leaves. Slams the door. Harry exhales. Your brother hates me. He's jealous, insecure, desperate to prove himself. Of you? Of everyone. He's spent his entire life in my shadow. It's made him difficult. October 1992. The chamber opens. Mrs. Norris is found petrified, hanging by her tail. Message on the wall written in blood. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the heir, beware. The school is terrified. Hermione is fascinated. The Chamber of Secrets, Salazar Slytherin's legendary chamber, contains a monster. Only the heir of Slytherin can open it. Hermione researches, reads everything about Slytherin, his prejudices, his magic, his secrets. She's descended from him through the Black family line. Narcissa Black, Bellatrix Black, Andromeda Black. All descended from Phineas Nigellus Black, who descended from Slytherin himself, If Hermione is a black through blood adoption, then she carries Slytherin's bloodline. More attacks occur. Colin Creevey, petrified. Justin Finch Fletchley, petrified. Nearly headless Nick, petrified. The school is in panic. Students whisper about Harry. He's a Parselmouth. Spoke to a snake at the dueling club. He must be the heir of Slytherin. Hermione knows better. Harry isn't the heir, but someone is, and they're using something to attack. She researches basilisks, giant serpents, deadly gaze, Slytherin's monster. It fits. February 1993, Hermione's investigation. Hermione Granger is petrified. Found with a mirror, handwritten note clutched in her fist. Basilisk. Feels nothing. The other Hermione was irritating, shared her name, but she was clever enough to deduce the basilisk. Respectable Hermione Malfoy continues investigating. Where is the chamber? How does the basilisk move? Pipes. The plumbing, it travels through the castle's pipes. But where does it emerge? A bathroom. Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. Second floor. The ghost who died 50 years ago. Killed by the basilisk. When the chamber was last opened, Hermione goes to investigate alone. After hours, enters the bathroom. Myrtle appears. Oh, you, the other Hermione, is better. Tell me how you died. Why should I? Because I'm investigating the chamber. And you're the key. Myrtle preens. Finally, someone wants to hear my story. I was crying in this stall, over Olive Hornby teasing me about my glasses, when I heard a boy's voice speaking a strange language. I opened the door to tell him to go away. Then I saw eyes, great big yellow eyes, and then I died. Where were the eyes? Over there by the sinks. Hermione approaches, examines the sinks, finds one with a snake carved on the tap, a marker. The entrance, she speaks. English first. Open. Nothing. Then she remembers. Parseltongue. The language of snakes. She's a black. Descended from Slytherin. The blood adoption ritual gave her access to black family magic. Does that include Parseltongue? She focuses, visualizes speaking to a snake, opens her mouth. A hissing emerges. Open. The sink moves, slides aside, reveals a tunnel. Dark. Deep. Descending, Hermione has found the Chamber of Secrets. The Chamber of Secrets, Hermione descends, using levitation magic, lands in a tunnel, follows it, emerges in a vast chamber. Serpent statues line the walls. At the far end, a massive statue of Salazar Slytherin, and in front of it, Tom Riddle. 16 years old, handsome, translucent, a memory, a ghost. Ginny Weasley lies unconscious at his feet. Riddle looks up. Well, this is unexpected. Another visitor, and a Slytherin by your robes. Hermione's wand is already drawn. Tom Riddle, the diary. Ah, you know who I am. Clever. You're possessing Ginny Weasley, using her to open the chamber. I'm impressed. Most students couldn't deduce that. I'm not most students. I'm Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy. Riddle's eyes gleam. Malfoy. I knew an Abraxas Malfoy. Your grandfather? Yes. He was a faithful servant, believed in wizard supremacy. He was a fool who backed a failed ideology. Riddle's expression darkens. Careful, girl. You stand in my chamber. I stand in Salazar Slytherin's chamber. You're just a memory, a fragment that can kill. He speaks Parseltongue. Come forth, serpent. Kill this intruder. The statue's mouth opens. The basilisk emerges, 60 feet long, scales like armor, eyes that kill. Hermione closes her eyes immediately, uses magical sensing instead, feels the basilisk's massive form, its movement, its intent to kill. Then she speaks, in Parseltongue, natural, fluid. The blood adoption gave her this. Stop. The basilisk halts. Confused, two voices commanding it. Riddle and Hermione. Kill her, Riddle shouts. Protect me, Hermione commands. The basilisk wavers, then obeys Hermione. She carries Slytherin's blood. True blood, not a memory, not a ghost. A living heir, the basilisk coils around Hermione. Protective. Riddle stares. Impossible. You're not. I am Hermione Malfoy, daughter of Narcissa Black. Descended from Slytherin himself through the Black family line. The Blacks have no daughters of your age. The blood adoption ritual made me a Black. made me a Malfoy, made me a true heir of Slytherin. Hermione opens her eyes, looks at Riddle through the basilisk's reflection in the water. Safe. You're using Slytherin's legacy for petty revenge against Muggle-borns. You disgrace his name. Riddle laughs. And what would you do? You're just a child. I'm the heir of Slytherin, and I command you to end. She raises her wand, points at the diary. Ginny must have brought it. It lies beside her. Hermione knows from her research. Horcruxes can be destroyed. Basilisk venom is one method. She speaks to the basilisk. Your fang, give me one. The basilisk opens its mouth. Hermione reaches in, pulls a fang as long as her forearm. Dripping venom. Riddle screams, no. Too late. Hermione stabs the diary. Venom pours in. The Horcrux screams. Riddle's form writhes, dissolves, disappears. The diary crumbles. Destroyed. Ginny wakes, gasps. What? Where am I? Hermione stands over her. The Chamber of Secrets. You were possessed by Tom Riddle's memory. I don't remember. Good. You shouldn't. Hermione casts a minor memory charm. Nothing severe, just blurs the details. Ginny will remember being possessed, but not Hermione saving her. Come, we're leaving. She levitates Ginny. The basilisk watches. What shall I do, heir? Sleep. Guard the chamber. Harm no one unless I command it. As you wish. Hermione leaves, seals the entrance, returns Ginny to the hospital wing. Anonymous rescue. No credit needed. Knowledge is reward enough. Later, Hermione's revelation. Hermione sits in the library, processing. She destroyed a Horcrux, Tom Riddle's diary, a piece of Voldemort's soul. This confirms her theory. Voldemort made multiple Horcruxes, and Harry carries one. She needs to find a way to separate it, without killing him. But that's a problem for later. For now, she's proven something. She can speak Parseltongue. She commands the basilisk. She is the heir of Slytherin. Through magic, through blood, through right. Not Tom Riddle. Her. Summer 1993, Malfoy Manor. Hermione reads the Daily Prophet. Front page news. Sirius Black escapes from Azkaban, mass murderer on the loose. Believed to be after Harry Potter, Hermione studies the photograph. Sirius Black. Gaunt. Wild-eyed. Insane. Cousin to her mother. Narcissa Black married Lucius Malfoy. Bellatrix Black married Rodolphus Lestrange. Andromeda Black married Ted Tonks. Sirius Black was disowned, blasted off the family tapestry. But still, family. The article says he betrayed the Potters, gave their location to Voldemort, killed Peter Pettigrew and 12 Muggles, sent to Azkaban without trial. Wait, without trial. Hermione reads that line again. No trial, no veritaserum testimony. No evidence presented before the Wesengamat. Just arrested and imprisoned. That's not legal, even in wartime. Even for Death Eaters. Her father received a trial, claimed imperious, bribed officials, walked free, but Sirius Black, a member of the noble and most ancient house of Black, received nothing? Suspicious. Hermione decides to investigate. August 1993, Hermione's research. Hermione's research contacts. Hermione borrows his credentials, accesses the Department of Magical Law Enforcement archives, finds Sirius Black's file, reads everything. Arrest report, found at scene of explosion, laughing, wand in hand. Peter Pettigrew accused him, but no trial transcript, no veritaserum interrogation, no formal investigation. This is wrong. Hermione knows enough about magical law. She's been educated by the best. This arrest was illegal. She continues digging, finds Peter Pettigrew's file. Presumed dead, awarded Order of Merlin posthumously. But no body recovered. Just fragments. A finger. That's all they found. A finger and blood. Hermione's mind races. What if Peter Pettigrew isn't dead? What if he's the one who betrayed the Potters? What if Sirius is innocent? September 1993, Hogwarts Express. Hermione boards the train. Third year, 13 years old, even more regal. She finds Harry, sits beside him. We need to talk about Sirius Black. Harry tenses. What about him? I don't think he's guilty. He betrayed my parents. Did he? Or is that just what everyone believes? Hermione pulls out her notes, summarizes her research. No trial, No evidence. No body. Peter Pettigrew might still be alive. That's insane, is it? Think about it. Pettigrew was secret keeper. He had access to your parents' location. He could have betrayed them, but Sirius was their friend. Exactly, which is why framing him would be perfect. Harry processes. Slowly. How do we prove it? And we interrogate. He's a dangerous criminal. Or an innocent man driven mad by 12 years of wrongful imprisonment. October 1993, the Shrieking Shack, Hermione arranges a meeting, uses her family's resources, her mother's connection to the Black family, sends a message through the Black Family House Elf Network. Creature. The message reaches Sirius. Meet me, Shrieking Shack, full moon, come alone. Sirius comes. Because the message mentions creature, only a Black would know. Hermione arrives first, wand drawn. Occlumency shields maximum. Sirius appears, thin, ragged, desperate. Who are you? Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy, daughter of Narcissa Black. Sirius's eyes widened. Sissy had a daughter. Adopted. Blood adoption. That's dark magic. Yes. And effective. Hermione points her wand. Now, we're going to talk, and you're going to tell me the truth. About what? The Potters. Peter Pettigrew. Everything. Sirius laughs. Broken. Bitter. You want the truth? I was framed. Peter was the secret keeper. He betrayed James and Lily, then faked his death and framed me. Prove it. I can't. That's the problem. No one will listen. Hermione raises her wand. I'm a trained legilimens. I can verify your memories. You're 13. I've been trained since I was 5. Sit. Down. Sirius hesitates, then sits. Hermione approaches. Legilimens. She enters his mind. It's chaos. 12 years of Dementors, madness, rage, grief. But beneath it, memories. James and Lily, making him godfather, switching secret keepers. Peter. It has to be Peter. No one will suspect him. The explosion. Peter screaming, "How could you betray them, Sirius?" Then, transformation. Peter becomes a rat, cuts off his finger, escapes. Hermione withdraws. You're telling the truth. Sirius sags. Finally, someone believes me. Pettigrew is an animagus. Unregistered? Yes, a rat. He's been hiding as a rat for 12 years. Where? I don't know. But he'd need a wizarding family. Someone connected to Hogwarts to stay informed. Hermione's mind clicks. Ron Weasley has a rat, Scabbers. He's had it for years. Sirius's eyes widen. That's him. That has to be him. Then we'll catch him and prove your innocence, May 1994. The reveal, Hermione orchestrates everything, arranges for Sirius to confront Ron. In the Shrieking Shack, Harry and Ron are lured there by Hermione. Anonymous note about secret passage. When they arrive, Sirius is waiting. And Hermione. Ron screams, "Black! He's going to kill us! He's innocent! And that rat is Peter Pettigrew. You're insane!" Hermione disarms Ron with a flick of her wand, takes Scabbers. The rat struggles. Hermione speaks a spell. Hominum revelare forces animagus transformation. Scabbers becomes a man. Short, balding, watery eyes. Peter Pettigrew. Ron faints. Harry stares. It's true. All of it. Hermione binds Pettigrew. We're taking him to Dumbledore. Sirius is getting a trial. A real one. June 1994. The trial, the Wizengamot assembles. Pettigrew testifies under veritaserum. Confesses everything. Betrayed the Potters. Faked his death. Framed Sirius. Sirius Black is exonerated. Pardoned. Freed. Harry's godfather restored. Hermione watches from the gallery. Beside her father, Lucius leans over. You orchestrated this. I investigated. Found the truth. Acted. That's Slytherin cunning. That's Malfoy training. Lucius smiles. Proud. Well done, daughter. Hermione nods, accepts the praise. But her mind is already moving forward. Sirius is free. Harry has his godfather back. The bond between them strengthens. And Voldemort is still out there. Weakened, disembodied, but searching for a way to return. She needs to prepare. Hermione spends the summer researching the Triwizard Tournament announced for next year. Hogwarts will host, Bosbottens and Durmstrang will compete. Champions selected by the Goblet of Fire, 1 per school. Dangerous tasks. Many have died. The tournament was discontinued precisely because of the death toll. Now it's being revived. Why? Hermione doesn't trust coincidences. Something is being planned. Someone wants students in mortal danger. She reads everything about previous tournaments. The tasks, the strategies, the fatalities. Takes notes, creates contingency plans, because she has a feeling Harry will be involved. Somehow. October 1994, Hogwarts, the Goblet selection, the Goblet of Fire sits in the Great Hall. Blue flames flickering. Students submit their names, but only those 17 or older. The age line prevents younger students. Harry is 14, too young to compete. Hermione sits at the Slytherin table, watching, waiting. The selection ceremony arrives. Dumbledore stands before the goblet. The flames turn red. A piece of parchment flies out. The Durmstrang champion, Victor Crumb. Applause. Another parchment. The Bosbottens champion, Fleur de Lacquer. The Hogwarts champion, Cedric Diggory. The hall erupts. Hufflepuff celebrates. But then, the goblet flames red again. Unexpected. A 4th parchment emerges. Dumbledore catches it. Reads. His expression darkens. Harry Potter. Silence. Then, chaos. Students shouting. He's not 17. He can't compete. This is against the rules. Hermione's eyes narrow. This is sabotage. Someone entered Harry's name. Someone wants him in the tournament. In mortal danger. Why? October 1994. Hermione's investigation. Hermione begins investigating immediately. Uses her resources. Her father's ministry connections, her own intelligence network. She discovers the Goblet of Fire is bound by magical contract. Once a name emerges, that person must compete. No exceptions. Even if the entry was fraudulent. Someone bypassed the age line, confunded the goblet, made it believe there were 4 schools instead of 3, then submitted Harry's name. This requires powerful magic, detailed knowledge of the goblet's mechanics. Access to Hogwarts, a motive to harm Harry. Hermione narrows the suspects. Could be a Death Eater sympathizer among the staff. Could be someone with a personal vendetta. Could be Voldemort himself, orchestrating from the shadows. She needs more information. November 1994. Secret meeting with Harry. Hermione finds Harry in the library. He looks miserable. Everyone thinks he cheated to enter. Even Ron has turned on him. She sits beside him. You didn't enter your name. Finally, someone who believes me. You're not stupid enough to voluntarily enter a death tournament. Harry laughs bitterly. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Someone powerful entered you. Someone with access to Hogwarts and knowledge of advanced magic. Who? I don't know yet, but I will. Pause. The first task is dragons. November 24th. Harry goes pale. How do you know? I have sources. Champions face a dragon. Retrieve a golden egg. The egg contains the clue for the second task. Dragons. Brilliant. You'll need a strategy. Dragons are powerful but not intelligent. Distraction and speed are key. Hermione pulls out notes. Detailed analysis of dragon species. Weaknesses, behaviors, counter strategies. Study these. I'll help you prepare. Harry looks at her. Really looks. Why are you helping me? Your father would be furious if he knew. My father believes in wizard supremacy. I believe in protecting assets. I'm an asset. Hermione's expression softened slightly. You're more than that. Our bond, the resonance, I don't fully understand it yet, but I know losing you would be problematic. Harry smiles. Problematic. High praise from Hermione Malfoy. Don't let it go to your head, Potter. The Slytherins are cheering for Cedric. Booing Harry, Hermione remains silent, observant. Harry faces a Hungarian horntail, the most dangerous breed. He uses his firebolt, summoned via magic, flies, dodges, distracts, retrieves the golden egg, survives. Hermione notes his flying skills are exceptional, natural talent combined with training. He'll need that for future tasks. December 1994. The Yule Ball, traditional, formal, champions must attend with dates. Harry asks Hermione in the library. Nervous, awkward. Would you, if you're not already going with someone, would you go to the ball with me? Hermione considers. Politically complicated, a Malfoy attending with Harry Potter? Her father would object. Draco would be furious. The Slytherins would gossip, but she wants to. The bond pulls her toward him. The resonance makes proximity comfortable. Yes. Harry blinks. Really? Don't make me repeat myself, Potter. Harry grins. Thank you. The ball, December 25th, 1994. Hermione spends hours preparing, not out of vanity, strategy. This ball is a political statement. Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy attending with Harry Potter, the girl who lived through blood adoption attending with the boy who lived. The implications are enormous. She chooses her dress carefully. Emerald green silk, floor length, elegant, sophisticated. Silver embroidery along the hem. Serpents intertwined with lilies. Slytherin and Potter symbolism. Subtle, deliberate. Her hair is styled in an intricate updo. Silver pins shaped like stars. A gift from her mother. Narcissa approved of the choice. Reluctantly, if you must attend with Potter, at least look like a Malfoy doing it. Hermione descends the marble staircase. The great hall transformed. Ice sculptures, enchanted snow, silver decorations. The champions wait at the bottom, Cedric with Cho Chang, Krum with Hermione Granger. The other Hermione wears pink robes. Pretty but unsophisticated, Hermione Malfoy notes this. Competition assessed. Dismissed. Harry waits at the base of the stairs, wearing black dress robes, new, well-fitted. Sirius must have bought them. His hair is still messy. Some things don't change, but his expression when he sees her, awe-struck, you look, wow. Hermione reaches the bottom, takes his offered arm. Thank you, Potter. You clean up adequately. Harry grins. I'll take that as a compliment. The effect is immediate. Conversations stop mid-sentence. Students stare. Whispers erupt. Is that Hermione Malfoy with Harry Potter? What is she thinking? Lucius will disown her. Maybe she's spying for her father? Or maybe she actually likes him. Scandalous laughter. The Slytherin table looks furious. Draco in particular. Sitting with Pansy Parkinson, his face is red, humiliated. His sister publicly aligning with the family's enemy. Hermione ignores him, ignores all of them. Maintains perfect composure, head high, posture flawless, every inch the aristocrat. The champions take their seats. Head table, center position. Hermione sits beside Harry, across from Krum and the other Hermione. Krum is staring at Hermione Malfoy, fascinated. You are Malfoy's daughter, yes? I am. But you are here with Potter. This is unusual. I don't conform to expectations, Mr. Krum. Krum smiles. I like this, rebellious. Clearly territorial, Hermione Malfoy finds this amusing. Dinner is served, course after course. Hermione eats sparingly. Perfect table manners, engages in polite conversation, but observes everything. The staff table. Dumbledore watching her and Harry with interest. Snape glowering. Moody, the new defense professor, staring with his magical eye. Something about Moody bothers her. His magical signature feels off, layered, similar to how Quirrell felt. She makes a note. Investigate later. After dinner, dancing. The champions must open the ball. Hermione and Harry take the floor. The music begins. A waltz. Slow, elegant. Harry is clumsy at first. I don't really know how to dance. Follow my lead and try not to step on my feet. He does. Immediately. Sorry. Focus, Potter. But then, the bond activates. Subtle. Unconscious. Their magic synchronizes. Harry's movements smooth, matching Hermione's perfectly. As if they've danced together 1,000 times. Not skill. Magic. The bond making them move as one. They glide across the floor, perfectly in step. Students watch, amazed. They're incredible. Where did Potter learn to dance like that? He didn't. Look at his face, he's as surprised as we are. Hermione feels it too, the magic flowing between them, amplifying, harmonizing. It's intoxicating. When the music slows, they're close. Closer than strictly appropriate. Harry's hand on her waist, her hand on his shoulder, their other hands joined, eyes locked. The hall fades away, just the two of them, and the bond, pulsing, Alive. Real. Harry speaks. Voice quiet, sincere. Thank you for everything. The help with the tasks, the research, the training. Being here when everyone else thinks I'm a cheat. You're welcome. I don't know what I'd do without you. Hermione's expression softens. Actually softens. The ice princess melting. Just a little. You'd survive. You're surprisingly resilient, Potter. I'm glad you're on my side. So am I. A moment. Charged. Electric. The bond intensifies. For a heartbeat, Hermione thinks he might kiss her. For a heartbeat, she wants him to. Then, the music ends. They separate. Appropriate distance restored. But something fundamental has shifted. The bond is no longer just magical. It's emotional, and possibly romantic. Hermione files this away, analyzes later. For now, maintain composure. Don't let anyone see. After the ball, Hermione's quarters. Hermione returns to her dormitory. The other Slytherin girls are already gossiping. Pansy speaks first, voice sharp. Jealous. You attended with Potter. Potter, I'm aware. Your father will be furious. My father trusts my judgment. Daphne intervenes. Diplomatic as always. It was a bold choice. Politically risky. Everything worth doing is risky. Hermione changes out of her ball gown into sleeping robes. The other girls continue whispering. She ignores them. Lies in bed. Processes the evening. The bond intensified during the dance. Their magic synchronized completely. This is significant. Magical resonance usually takes years to develop. They've known each other 3 years. And already, perfect synchronization. This suggests the connection is deeper than normal magical compatibility. Soul deep. Hermione has read about soul bonds. Rare, ancient, powerful. Usually between family members, or between wizards who've performed blood magic together. She and Harry have done neither, yet the connection exists. Grows stronger, why? The horcrux. It has to be. Harry carries a piece of Voldemort's soul. Hermione carries Slytherin's blood through the Blacks. Both connected to Tom Riddle's magical lineage, this creates a resonance, a dark mirror, but also something else. The Peverell connection. Harry descends from Ignatus. Hermione, possibly from one of the other brothers through the Malfoy line. Ancient magic recognizing ancient blood. Multiple connections layering, creating something unprecedented. She needs to research this more. But carefully, can't let anyone discover the depth of their bond. Too dangerous, too exploitable. For now, maintain the facade. Allies, friends, maybe more. But the true depth stays hidden. Protected behind occlumency barriers, known only to them. June 24th, 1995, hospital wing. After Voldemort's return, Harry lies in bed, wounded, exhausted, but alive. Hermione sits beside him. Has been here since he returned. Hours ago, Dumbledore questioned him. The Ministry denied Voldemort's return. Fudge called Harry a liar. Called Dumbledore a manipulator. Refused to act. Typical Ministry incompetence. Harry's eyes open. Hermione. I'm here. Cedric's dead. I know. Voldemort is back. I know that too. I felt it through the bond. Harry sits up slowly. You felt it. Everything. The graveyard, the ritual, the duel, your terror. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't apologize. The bond works both ways. If I'm ever in danger, you'll feel it too. Harry looks at her. Really looks. What is this bond between us? Hermione hesitates, then decides, truth. I think it's a soul bond, rare, ancient, created through shared magical resonance, and something else. Possibly the horcrux in your scar connecting to my Slytherin blood, possibly our Peverell heritage, possibly both. A soul bond, like marriage bonds, similar, but deeper. Soul bonds aren't chosen through ceremony, they're forged through magic, blood, and fate. Are we bonded? Like permanently? I don't know. But the connection is real, growing stronger, and I don't think it can be broken. Silence. Harry processes. Are you okay with that? Hermione considers. Honestly, yes. Surprisingly, yes. You're acceptable company, Potter. Harry laughs. Despite everything. Despite the death, the pain, the war, he laughs. Acceptable company, I'll take it. You need to heal. The war is coming. We'll need to be ready. Way, did you think I'd abandon you now? We're bonded, Potter. Where you go, I follow. Whether I want to or not. Do you want to? Hermione's expression softens. Completely, the mask drops. Just for a moment. Yes, I want to. End of Part 2, February 1995. The second task, the champions must rescue someone from the Black Lake. Someone they'll sorely miss. For Harry, Ron Weasley. For Cedric, Cho Chang. For Krum, Hermione Granger. For Fleur, her sister Gabrielle. Hermione Malfoy watches from the stands. Notes, the other Hermione is Krum's hostage. Interesting. The task proceeds. Harry rescues Ron, but also Fleur's sister when Fleur fails. Noble. Reckless. Very Gryffindor. He places second. Tied with Cedric. Hermione approves. Survival matters more than victory. June 1995. The third task. The maze. Dark. Dangerous. Enchanted. Champions enter. Only one will emerge victorious. Hermione watches. Her occlumency barriers are at maximum. She senses something wrong. The maze feels corrupted. Dark magic. Hermione stands. Daphne notices. What's wrong? Something's happening. Something bad. She pushes through the crowd. Reaches Dumbledore. Professor. The maze. There's dark magic inside. Powerful, unfamiliar. How do you know? I can sense it. Through my connection to Harry. Dumbledore studies her. Your connection, we're magically resonant. Our cores synchronize. I can feel when he's in danger. And he is? Now? Yes. Dumbledore acts immediately, sends professors into the maze, but it's too late. Harry and Cedric both touch the Triwizard Cup. It's a portkey. They vanish. Hermione's world tilts. Through the bond, terror, pain. Voldemort, she gasps. Collapses. Daphne catches her. Hermione. He's being tortured. Voldemort is back. Dumbledore kneels beside her. Can you sense where he is? Hermione focuses. Through the bond. Follows the connection. Graveyard. Little Hangleton. Riddle family graveyard. How do you know this? The bond. I can see through his eyes. Feel what he feels. Dumbledore stands. Severus. Sirius. With me now. They disapparate. Hermione waits. Agonizing minutes. Through the bond. Duel. Escape. Portkey return. Then Harry appears. In the maze entrance. Clutching Cedric's body. Cedric is dead. Voldemort has returned. The Second Wizarding War has begun. Summer 1995, Malfoy Manor. Voldemort has returned. The Dark Lord jaws his followers, Lucius Malfoy among them. He arrives at Malfoy Manor, uninvited, unwelcome, takes the drawing room, makes it his headquarters. Narcissa is terrified. Hermione is calculating. The Dark Lord sits in her father's chair, serpent-like, inhuman, red eyes, slits for nostrils. His followers kneel around him. Lucius, Avery, Nott, Rookwood, and Bellatrix Lestrange, fresh from Azkaban, escaped during the mass breakout, wild-eyed, mad, dangerous. She sees Hermione standing in the doorway, observing Bellatrix rises, points a shaking finger. That thing, that imposter. What is she doing here? Voldemort's gaze shifts, focuses on Hermione. Ah, Lucius's adopted daughter, the one claimed through blood adoption. His voice is cold, sibilant. Come here, child. Walks forward, head high, posture perfect, stops before the Dark Lord. Doesn't kneel. Voldemort's eyes narrow. You do not bow. I bow to no one, my lord. Not even you. Silence. The Death Eaters freeze, expecting her death, but Voldemort laughs, cold, mirthless. Lucius, your daughter has courage, or stupidity. I haven't decided which. Lucius speaks carefully. My lord, Hermione is exceptionally talented. Heir of Slytherin through the Black Line, she has proven her worth. Has she, or has she been corrupted by her association with Potter? I am associated with many people, my lord, Harry Potter among them. I collect useful assets. Potter is not an asset. He is an enemy. He is both. His power is undeniable, his loyalty, flexible. Bellatrix screams. Lies. She's in love with him. I've heard the rumors. She attended the Yule Ball with the blood traitor. Hermione turns to Bellatrix. Ice in her eyes. You question my loyalty, Aunt? You, who spent 12 years in Azkaban. Who went mad serving a master who abandoned you? Wand raised. How dare you? Crucio. The curse flies. Hermione deflects it. Wandlessly. A shield of pure will. The Cruciatus rebounds. Hits a vase. It shatters. Bellatrix stares. Wandless, you can't. You're just a child. Hermione's voice is steel. I am Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy, daughter of Narcissa Black, heir of Slytherin. I have commanded the basilisk, destroyed a horcrux, freed Sirius Black from Azkaban, and I will not be questioned by a madwoman. Voldemort raises a hand. Silence. Enough. Bellatrix, control yourself. He studies Hermione. You destroyed one of my horcruxes, the diary. It dishonored the house I represent. Voldemort's expression shifts, almost impressed. You are dangerous, child. More dangerous than your father realizes. I am exactly as dangerous as I need to be. And where do your loyalties lie? With me or with Potter? Hermione meets his red eyes. Doesn't flinch. My loyalties lie with power, with knowledge, with the preservation of the wizarding world. Currently, those goals do not align with yours. Then you are my enemy. Not yet, but we will be, eventually. Voldemort stands, tall, imposing, terrifying. I could kill you now. You could try. Lucius intervenes, steps between them. My lord, please. Hermione is valuable. Her knowledge of Potter, her position at Hogwarts, she could be an asset. Voldemort considers. Perhaps, or perhaps she is a liability. He raises his wand, points it at Hermione's heart. Prove your worth. Join me. Take the dark mark. Hermione doesn't hesitate. No, no, I will not brand myself for anyone. Not for you. Not for anyone. Voldemort's wand trembles. He could kill her, should kill her, but something stops him. Curiosity, respect, uncertainty. He lowers his wand. You are your father's daughter, Hermione Malfoy. Proud, cunning, foolish. We will meet again, and next time you will kneel or you will die. He disapparates. The Death Eaters follow. Bellatrix last. She glares at Hermione. You are not a Black, not a Malfoy. You are a mudblood pretending. And I will prove it. She has made an enemy, the most dangerous kind. September 1995, Hogwarts 5th year. The school is different. Dolores Umbridge has been appointed. High Inquisitor, Ministry puppet, denying Voldemort's return. Oppressing students, Hermione watches, observes, plans. Umbridge targets Harry specifically. Blood quills, detention, torture. Hermione intervenes, subtly, uses her family's political connections. Has her father lodged complaints with the Wizenganet? The High Inquisitor is torturing students, specifically targeting my daughter's associate. It slows Umbridge down. Doesn't stop her, but buys time. October 1995, the Room of Requirement, Dumbledore's army, Harry forms a defense group. Secret. Underground. Teaching students real magic. Hermione joins, not as a student, as a co-teacher. Her skills surpass most 7th years. She demonstrates advanced shields, Patronus casting, non-verbal spells. The students are awed. Hermione Malfoy is teaching us. I thought Slytherins didn't help. She's different. Hermione works alongside Harry. Their magic synchronizes when they demonstrate dueling. It's a dance, perfectly choreographed, not because they practiced, because the bond makes them move as one, students whisper. Are they together? I heard they went to the Yule Ball. A Malfoy and Potter? Impossible. It's happening December 1995. The Department of Mysteries, Harry has a vision. Sirius being tortured. In the Department of Mysteries, he rushes to save him, takes Ron, Hermione Granger, Neville, Luna, Ginny. Hermione Malfoy follows, separately, uses her own intelligence network, arrives at the Ministry, finds Harry and his friends surrounded. Death Eaters, Lucius among them, Bellatrix cackling. The prophecy, Potter? Give it to me. Harry refuses. Battle erupts. Spells fly. Red, green, blue, chaos. Hermione Malfoy enters, silent, deadly. Casts wandlessly, drops 3 Death Eaters before anyone notices. Lucius sees her. Hermione, what are you doing? Stand aside. I can't. The Dark Lord would kill you the moment you're no longer useful. I'm giving you a chance to survive this. Lucius hesitates, torn. Between loyalty to Voldemort and love for his daughter, Bellatrix has no such conflict. She attacks Hermione directly. Crucio, Hermione blocks. Counters. Expulso. The floor explodes between them. You're not a black. You're a Muggle-blood. I am more black than you'll ever be. I carry Slytherin's blood through the ritual. You're just a mad woman wearing our name. They duel. Vicious. Fast. Brutal. Bellatrix uses dark curses. Hermione uses precision. Every spell calculated. Every movement efficient. She's been trained since childhood. Bellatrix has been in Azkaban for 13 years. Her skills have deteriorated. Her mind fractured. Hermione wins. A perfectly timed stunner combined with a binding curse. Bellatrix falls, unconscious. Bound, Hermione stands over her. I am Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy, daughter of Narcissa, heir of Slytherin, and you, Bellatrix, are nothing but a relic of a failed ideology. Order of the Phoenix arrives. Death Eaters retreat. Sirius is safe. Harry is wounded but alive. Hermione helps him to his feet. You're reckless, Potter, and you're obsessed with proving yourself, Malfoy. They smile, despite the blood, the pain, the chaos. They smile, because they're alive, together. Later, Dumbledore's office. Dumbledore sits behind his desk. Harry and Hermione stand before him. The prophecy has been destroyed, but Voldemort now knows its contents. The war escalates. Harry nods. We're ready. Your family's allegiance is to the Dark Lord. Hermione's voice is firm. My family's allegiance is to survival, to power. I have chosen a different path. You've chosen knowledge, truth, and yes, Potter is part of that. The bond between you is extraordinary. I've never seen magical resonance so strong in one so young. We're aware, Headmaster. If Voldemort discovers the depth of your connection, he will exploit it. We're prepared for that. Are you prepared to fight your own father? Silence. Hermione doesn't answer immediately. Then, if necessary, yes. Dumbledore nods. Then we will prepare for war. Dumbledore's office, the portraits of former headmasters watch, silent, listening. Dumbledore sits behind his desk. His hand is blackened, withered. Dying curse from the ring horcrux. Harry and Hermione stand before him. Hermione already knows what's coming. She's researched, deduced, confirmed, but Harry needs to hear it officially. Dumbledore speaks. Voldemort created horcruxes, multiple soul fragments, hidden across Britain and beyond. He gestures to his damaged hand. The ring was the second I destroyed. Marvolo Gaunt's ring. It nearly killed me, but the horcrux was eliminated. Harry's voice is quiet. How many? Lists the remaining horcruxes. Salazar Slytherin's locket, Helga Hufflepuff's cup, Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem, Nagini his snake, and he looks at Harry. You, the boy who lived. Harry goes pale. Hermione takes his hand. Squeezes. We already knew. I've known for years, since I felt the soul fragment in your scar. And you didn't tell me, because I was searching for a way to remove it without killing you. I found one. Last year, during the Christmas holidays. Dumbledore's eyebrows raise. You extracted it. Already. Advanced legislamancy combined with soul magic. Isolated the fragment. Pulled it free. It nearly killed me instead. But I succeeded. She doesn't mention the 3 days she spent unconscious in the hospital wing. The nightmares afterward. The soul magic scarring her own core. Worth it? Harry alive and Horcrux free is worth everything. Dumbledore stares. That should have been impossible. Soul extraction from a living host is theoretically possible if the host is willing and the extractor is skilled enough. I spent 2 years researching, practiced on inanimate Horcruxes first, then attempted the real thing. You risked your life. I risked my life to save his. The bond wouldn't allow me to do otherwise. Harry turns to her. When? While you were recovering from the Department of Mysteries battle, you slept for 3 days. So did I. When you woke, the fragment was gone. Harry touches his scar. It's still there, the mark. but the pain is gone, has been for over a year. He never connected it. You should have told me. You would have tried to stop me. Yes, which is why I didn't tell you. Dumbledore interrupts. Regardless, the fragment is destroyed. 5 remain. The locket, the cup, the diadem, Nagini. We must find them, destroy them, before we can kill Voldemort permanently. He stands. I believe I know where the locket is hidden. A cave. By the sea, heavily protected. Come with me. The cave. The Inferi. Extended. The cave is dark, damp, cold. Ancient waves crash against rocks outside. Inside, a vast underground lake. Black water, still as glass. In the center, an island, a stone basin glowing with eerie green light. Dumbledore points. The locket is in that basin, protected by a potion. To retrieve it, someone must drink. All of it, what does the potion do? Causes unimaginable torment, forces the drinker to relive their worst memories, their deepest fears. It's designed to break the mind. Hermione analyzes. The Horcrux creator assumed only one person would attempt retrieval. They'd drink the potion, be incapacitated, unable to defend themselves when the secondary protection activates. Witches, Hermione follows separately, uses a hovering charm. Illegal, undetected, effective. They reach the island. Dumbledore prepares to drink. No. I'll drink it. My occlumency shields are stronger. I can compartmentalize the pain. Hermione, you don't know what. I've trained for this. Since I was 5, my mind is a fortress. Let me do this. Dumbledore hesitates, then nods. Very well, but Harry, you must make her drink. All of it, no matter what she says. No matter how she begs. Harry's hands shake. I can't. You must. Hermione sits, takes the goblet, drinks. The first mouthful, memories. Her biological parents, dead. Faces she never knew. Blood magic ripping through her infant body. The second, fear. Lucius abandoning her, Narcissa turning away. You're not truly ours, you're nothing. The third, pain. The blood adoption ritual replaying. Her very DNA rewriting itself. Screaming, burning, unmaking. She keeps drinking. Harry forces her. Cup after cup. Hermione's screams echo. But she doesn't stop. Finally, empty. The potion is gone. The locket appears. Slytherin's locket. Real. Heavy. Malevolent. Harry grabs it. Then, movement. The water churns. Inferi rise. Corpses. Hundreds of them. Reanimated. Controlled. Attacking. Hermione is unconscious. The potion's after effects. Dumbledore is weak. His cursed hand spreading. Harry fights alone. Casts fire spells. Incendio, but Inferi are relentless. Then, Hermione wakes. Groggy. Disoriented, but functional. Raises her wand. Aguamenti. Water doesn't hurt Inferi. But Hermione isn't trying to hurt them. She's creating a barrier. A wall of water between them and the corpses. Then, glacius. The water freezes. Solid ice, 10 feet thick. Buying time. Move. They run to the boat. Push off. The Inferi claw at the ice. Breaking through, but too slow. Harry, Hermione, and Dumbledore escape. Return to shore. The locket secured, but when Hermione opens it, a note inside. To the Dark Lord, I know I will be dead long before you read this, but I want you to know that it was I who discovered your secret. I have stolen the real Horcrux and intend to destroy it as soon as I can. I face death in the hope that when you meet your match, you will be mortal once more. R.A.B. Dumbledore reads, Regulus Arcturus Black, Sirius's brother. Hermione's mind races. He turned against Voldemort, stole the locket, but where would he hide it? Grimmauld Place, the Black family home. Grimmauld Place, the search number 12. Grimmauld Place, headquarters of the Order of the Phoenix. They search everywhere. The drawing room, the kitchen, the library, upstairs bedrooms, attic, basement, nothing. Then, Hermione remembers. Creature, Regulus's house, elf. They summon him. The ancient elf appears, hostile, resentful, but bound to answer. Master Regulus gave Creature a locket, told Creature to destroy it. But Creature could not. Too powerful, too protected. Where is it now? Stolen. Thief Mundungus took it. sold it to pink-toed woman at Ministry. Dolores Umbridge, of course. Ministry infiltration, extended Hermione plans meticulously. Polyjuice potion, stolen wands, forged documents. They infiltrate the Ministry. Harry as Albert Runcorn, Ron as Reg Cattermole, Hermione as Mafalda Hopkirk. They navigate corridors, avoid detection, find Umbridge. She's presiding over Muggle-born trials, condemning innocent people, using the locket as jewelry, the horcrux around her neck, enhancing her natural cruelty, making her monstrous. Hermione watches, calculates, waits for the right moment. During a recess, Umbridge goes to her office. Hermione follows, stuns her, takes the locket, leaves Umbridge unconscious. They escape, barely, chased by Yaxley, by chaos. But they get out, locket secured, destroying the locket, the vision. They prepare the destruction. Gryffindor's sword, basilisk venom, the only things that can kill horcruxes. Hermione opens the locket, speaks parcel tongue. Open. It speaks to Harry, shows visions. You'll never be good enough. Your mother died for nothing. You're weak, powerless, unloved. Then to Hermione, you're not a Malfoy, not a Black, not a Potter. You're nothing, a mudblood pretending. Everyone knows, everyone sees through you. The vision shifts, shows Harry and Hermione, but wrong. Harry turns away from her. You're too cold, too calculating. I don't love you. I never did. Hermione rejecting Harry. You're ordinary, weak, beneath me. The fragment tries to break them, turn them against each other, but the bond holds. Harry raises the sword. We know what we are, and we're not what you show us. He stabs. The Horcrux screams. Voldemort's face contorts, dissolves, dies. Another Horcrux destroyed. 3 remain. The cup, the diadem, Nagini. The cup is in Bellatrix's vault, deep in Gringotts, heavily protected. Dragon, thief's downfall, Gemino curse, flagrante curse. Hermione orchestrates the plan, uses Polyjuice, becomes Bellatrix. Harry and Ron are disguised guards. Grifhook the Goblin guides them. They navigate the bank. Past security, past wards. Into the depths, the dragon guards the way. Ancient, blind, tortured, trained to fear noise. They sneak past, reach the vault, find the cup. Helga Hufflepuff's cup. Golden, perfect, evil. Hermione grabs it, triggers every trap, copies multiply, burning hot. The dragon breaks free. Chaos erupts. They escape on the dragon's back, crash into the lake, swim to shore. The cup secured. They destroy it immediately. Hermione stabs it with a basilisk fang. Carried since 2nd year. Preserved. Prepared. The Horcrux screams. Dies. 2 remain. Diadem and Nagini, May 1998. The Battle of Hogwarts. Beginning, Voldemort discovers the Horcrux destructions. Attacks Hogwarts with everything. Death Eaters, Giants, Acromantulas, Dementors. An army of darkness, the students defend. Professors raise shields. The Order arrives. The final battle begins. Hermione fights beside Harry. Their magic synchronizes perfectly. Combined shield charms deflect killing curses. Combined stunning spells drop multiple Death Eaters. They move as one unit, 2 bodies, 1 mind, 1 purpose. Unstoppable, the Slytherins are divided. Some flee with their families. Pansy Parkinson leads a group toward the dungeons. We should hand Potter over, save ourselves. But others stay. Daphne Greengrass raises her wand. We're not cowards, we fight. Blaise Zabini, Tracy Davis, Theodore Knott. They stand with Hogwarts, against Voldemort, against their own families. For what's right? The courtyard, Hermione versus Bellatrix. Final, Hermione searches for the diadem. The room of requirement, where lost things go, she finds it. But Bellatrix finds her first. There you are. The madwoman attacks. Years of hatred unleashed. Crucio, Hermione blocks. Protego, the curse rebounds. Bellatrix dodges, casts again. Avada Kedavra, green light, death itself. Hermione rolls, counters, expulso. The wall explodes. They duel through falling debris. The room of requirement burning. Fiend fire, out of control. Crabbe's final spell before he died. They fight in fire and chaos. Bellatrix is skilled, decades of experience, unforgivable curses, dark arts, cruelty, but Hermione is better, younger, faster, smarter. Every spell calculated, every movement precise. She waits, watches. Bellatrix is getting tired, sloppy. One mistake, that's all Hermione needs. Bellatrix overextends, casts Crucio at full power, leaves herself open. Hermione doesn't use a dark curse, uses strategy, bombarda. The floor beneath Bellatrix explodes. She falls. Incarcerus. Ropes bind her mid-fall. Stupefy. Direct hit. Bellatrix crashes, unconscious, defeated. Hermione stands over her. You wanted to prove I'm not a black. You're right. I'm better. She takes the diadem, stabs it with the basilisk fang. Another scream, another horcrux destroyed. One remains. Nagini, the forbidden forest, the final confrontation. Voldemort's voice echoes, magically amplified across the grounds. Harry Potter, come to me in the forbidden forest, alone, or I will slaughter every man, woman, and child in this castle. Harry turns to Hermione. I have to go, not alone. He said, I don't care what he said. We're bonded. Where you go, I go. Harry knows better than to argue. They walk together, through the castle, past the wounded, the dead, the terrified. Into the forest, Death Eaters line the path. Lucius among them. He sees Hermione. His face crumbles. Daughter, please, come here. I can protect you. Hermione stops, looks at him. I love you, Father, but I will not serve a monster. Choose. Right now, me or him. Lucius looks at Voldemort, then at Hermione, then he lowers his wand, steps aside. I choose you. Other Death Eaters mutter, but don't move. Hermione and Harry continue, reach the clearing. Voldemort waits. Nagini coiled at his feet, his red eyes gleaming. Hermione Malfoy, I gave you a choice once, kneel or die. You refused. Now I offer one final time. For the last time, kneel, join me, live. Hermione raises her chin. I bow to no one. Voldemort smiles. Cold, cruel, then you die with Potter. He raises his wand, points at Harry. Avada Kedavra. The killing curse flies. Green light, unstoppable. Death, but Hermione moves, throws herself between. The bond flares, silver light erupts. Their combined magic creates a barrier, love and sacrifice and will. The impossible made real. The killing curse hits the barrier, rebounds, flies back at Voldemort. He dodges, barely, stares. Impossible. Harry and Hermione stand together, hands joined, magic flowing between them, visible to everyone, silver light wrapping around them. The soul bond made manifest. Harry speaks. You can't kill us, not while we're together, Hermione adds. And your horcruxes are destroyed, all of them. Voldemort's confidence cracks. All, the diary, the ring, the locket, the cup, the diadem, Harry's scar, extracted and destroyed. You're mortal now, completely mortal. Terror flashes across Voldemort's face. Real, visceral, human, no. He attacks. Every curse, every spell. Decades of dark magic, Harry and Hermione fight together. The bond amplifies their power. Ancient Peveril magic awakens. Bloodline, destiny, fate. They are the last of three great families. Potter, Malfoy Black, Gaunt, all descending from the Peveril brothers, all carrying that ancient power. They cast together, non-verbal, synchronized, perfect, Expelliarmus and Stupefy, combined, amplified, irresistible. The spell hits Voldemort. His wand flies from his hand. He falls. Vulnerable, mortal, terrified, Nagini strikes. Trying to protect her master, but Neville appears from the trees. Gryffindor's sword in hand, slices, the snake's head falls. The final horcrux destroyed. Voldemort screams. His immortality gone. His power gone. Everything gone. Harry stands over him. Wand raised. It's over, Tom. Mortal, please. No mercy. Avada Kedavra. Tom Marvolo Riddle dies. Not as a Dark Lord. Not as a legend. As a man. Afraid. Alone. Forgotten. The Death Eaters flee. The battle ends. The war is over. June 1998, the trials, the Wesengambit chamber is packed. Every seat filled. The galleries overflowing. Witches and wizards from across Britain come to witness history. Justice after a war. The Death Eater trials. One by one. Day after day, Lucius Malfoy's trial arrives. He stands in chains, silver, runed, magic suppressing, center of the chamber. The charges are read. Serving Voldemort as Death Eater, facilitating murders through intelligence, torturing muggles for sport, distributing cursed dark artifacts, bribing ministry officials. Witness testimony begins. Pensieve memories project, showing Lucius at raids, at meetings, casting curses. The evidence is overwhelming, undeniable. The prosecutor questions Hermione, called as witness. Miss Potter, formerly Miss Malfoy, you lived with the accused for 17 years. Can you speak to his character? Composed, controlled. I can speak to his choices, my father. She pauses. Lucius Malfoy chose power over principle, chose fear over courage, chose Voldemort over his own daughter when I asked him to stand down. Lucius flinches. But, the prosecutor continues, do you believe him guilty of the charges as stated? Yes. Unquestionably guilty. And your recommendation for sentencing? Hermione looks at Lucius. Their eyes meet. She sees. Regret, shame, love, fear. 10 years, not life imprisonment. Because he did not personally kill. Because he ultimately chose me over Voldemort in the forest. And because his son Draco fought for Hogwarts. Murmurs ripple through the chamber. Furthermore, I recommend consideration for parole after 7 years contingent on demonstrated reformation and community service. The chief warlock speaks. That is remarkably merciful. Given what he did to you, what he did to me was give me life, power, education, love. Yes, he served evil. Yes, he must answer for that. But I will not destroy him out of vengeance. Justice is not vengeance. The Wesengambit deliberates for 3 hours. Returns, verdict, guilty on all counts. Sentence, 10 years Azkaban with parole eligibility after 7. Contingent on good behavior and restitution to victims. Lucius is led away. He stops beside Hermione, whispers, thank you for the mercy. I don't deserve it. You don't. But I gave it anyway, because that's who I choose to be. Guards take him. Hermione watches him go, feels relief, grief, both. Narcissa's trial is next day. Shorter, less severe. No dark mark. No murders. No active participation, but harboring criminals, obstructing justice, facilitating Death Eater activities. Hermione testifies again, my mother protected me, loved me unconditionally. Her only crime was loyalty to a husband who made evil choices. She deserves consequences, but not destruction. Sentence, 5 years house arrest at Malfoy Manor, wand confiscated, monitored by ministry. After trial, Hermione visits her mother. Malfoy Manor feels empty. Echoing halls, dust gathering, house elves gone. Narcissa sits in the drawing room, staring at nothing. I failed you. Hermione kneels beside her. You gave me everything I needed to survive, to thrive, to win. You didn't fail. I stood by while evil happened, and now you'll spend 5 years atoning. Then, you'll rebuild, be better. That's what we do. We survive, we adapt, we become stronger. Narcissa looks at her daughter. When did you become so wise? The day you decided to love a Muggle-born infant as your own. You taught me that love transcends blood, that choice matters more than birth. They embrace. Mother and daughter, bound not by blood, but by choice. By love, by magic itself. September 1998, Wizengamot Reform, full session, Hermione's first official Wizengamot session. She wears formal robes, emerald green with silver trim, Malfoy colors, Slytherin pride, never hidden, never apologized for. The chamber is hostile, old pure-blood families glaring. Lord Knott, Lord Avery, Lady Yaxley, they see her as interloper, mud-blood pretender, threat to their power. Kingsley Shacklebolt opens the session. First order of business, blood status classification reform, proposed by Representative Potter. Hermione stands. I propose complete abolition of blood status classifications in all ministry documents, legislation, and institutional practices. Immediate outcry. Lord Not rises. This is absurd. Our heritage is sacred. Blood purity is the foundation of magical power. Hermione's voice cuts through. Is it? Then explain why the most powerful witch of my generation, me, was born to Muggle parents. Explain why Harry Potter, half-blood, defeated the most powerful pure-blood Dark Lord in history. Explain why Tom Riddle, another half-blood, nearly conquered Britain. She paces, commanding the floor. Power is not blood. Power is skill, knowledge, will. Magical ability manifests regardless of parentage. The classification system serves no purpose except to perpetuate prejudice and justify oppression. You speak of this because you are Muggle-born. You want to erase our culture. I want to erase your excuse for cruelty. Culture that requires degrading others is not culture worth preserving. Lady Greengrass, Daphne's mother, stands. I support the motion. My daughter fought beside Muggle-borns at Hogwarts, bled beside them. I will not vote to classify them as lesser when they proved themselves equal in every way that matters. Other voices join. Lord Longbottom, Lord Shacklebolt, Lord Black, Sirius, progressive purebloods, war heroes. The tide turns. The vote is called, 75 to 24. The motion passes. Blood status abolished. Over the next months, more reforms. Werewolf rights expanded. Can attend school, hold jobs, marry. House elf freedom legislation. Can choose employment, receive wages, own property. Goblin representation. 2 seats on Wesengamot granted. Educational reform. Dark arts defense made mandatory. History of prejudice taught. The old world crumbles. The new world rises. And Hermione stands at the center. Not alone. Harry beside her. Sirius. Draco. Daphne. Allies. Building something better. December 1998. The proposal. Full scene. Harry plans for weeks. Consults Sirius. How do I propose to the smartest witch alive? Sirius grins. She'll see through anything elaborate. Be yourself. Harry acquires the ring. Not flashy, meaningful. Silver band with single emerald. Slytherin green. For the girl who chose cunning over courage. But loved him anyway. December 24th. He takes her to Godric's Hollow. Snow falls gently. The village is peaceful. Christmas lights in windows. They walk to the cemetery. His parents' graves. James Potter, Lily Potter. The inscription, the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Harry kneels, places his hand on the cold stone. Mum, Dad, I know you can't hear me, but I need to tell you anyway. I found her. The one. She's extraordinary, brilliant, brave, complicated, perfect. You'd love her. Well, Mum would. Dad might be intimidated. He smiles, turns to Hermione. She stands silent, snow dusting her hair, looking ethereal. I wanted them here, for this. They can't actually witness it, but I needed them present anyway. Does that make sense? Harry takes her hands. Hermione Cassiopeia Malfoy. We've been bonded for 7 years, since we were 11 years old. I felt your emotions, your thoughts, your magic, your part of me, woven into my soul. I don't know where I end and you begin, and I never want to find out. He kneels, one knee in snow, pulls out the ring. I want to spend every day of my life beside you, fighting beside you, learning from you, loving you. Will you marry me? Hermione stares, the Ice Princess, the Slytherin Queen, the girl who bows to no one. For the first time in her life, she has no calculated response, no strategic answer, just truth, yes. Slides the ring on her finger, perfect fit. The bond ensured it. Magic recognizing magic. They kiss. Snow falling, parents watching from beyond. The future opening before them. Let us know what you'd like to see next. The end.